Divine Intervention, where the power of God unfolds.
Each week on Divine Intervention, we share stories like no other, and today is no different. Today you'll be hearing of a young man, Jevani jdat who was misguided, but now the Lord has chosen him for his work. I'm Juanita Williams. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get right to it.
I was born in a happy family. Father, a Rastaman, mother, a Christian. Happy home. Even though my father was a Rastaman and my mother is a Christian, the home was happy. 5 brothers of us and my sister, we used to raise fowl and them thing there. I remember then I used to be the brave one. Like when mother hen would run from under the cellar, I would know that eggs are under the cellar. I would be the one to want to go for the eggs, and then somebody will be outside to ensure that mother hen don't run back under the cellar. And then someone will be in the house, knocking the spot, telling me where to go, giving me direction. So it was a happy home. It was good until my parents separated. And that's when it all began. A happy home from a happy home to something different. That's when things just really got bad. Hardly seeing my sister around anymore. Hardly seeing my brothers. The fun that we used to have as a family. That changed. Father have to be working. And even though father said, "Here what? Stay in the house. Don't leave." As a boy child, as him gone, as him turning back, me and my little brother were outside. And that's when I got exposed. I got introduced to the streets. McDonald Lane, Kingston 13, off Maxfield Avenue. That's when I start learning gangster life and, running around with my peers, my younger peers, wild in the streets. And until I reach a point where I just stop hanging around my peers and wanted to be around the bigger guys, the older guys. And it reached a point where I start adapting the ways of the street, because what happened is, where I'm from, I never see any pastors, any lawyers, doctors coming through sharing their stories. No motivational speakers sharing their stories. But I see the bigger guys sharing their stories. Like a man would rob a man and them would talk about it in the corner and them make it sound like a something good. War a go on in the place and a man would tell us, say, here a man tell the next man, say when he maul the man from the other community, what him did to him, and everybody will laugh and it sound excited. A man would tell us, say, when the police said don't move with the gun point on him laugh at the police, run a gesture and jump a fence, and a barrage of shots start fire, and man would say them hear the shot fly past them ears. And as a youngster, hearing those stuff, like, whoa, this is exciting. So even though it's wrong, you want to be a part of this. Till I start adapting it. So even in when I'm going to school, we learn these things in the streets. So plenty of times when, in our schools where you see guys displaying this type of behavior, hear a man say, him a run the top block and him a run the bottom block. It's because what they learn in the streets. So I learned that in the streets. I remember a time when I would always have my 3-star. A 3-star is a ratchet. And as soon as that get rusty, I'll buy another one. And that's when I'm going to school. And I will start to wear Clarks, because we said that Clarks are bad man shoes. So I start act like I'm a gangster and start to want to look like a gangster. Of course, we start drink and we start smoke and all of that. I remember one time, I doubt if I was a teenager at that time. A friend of mine, a little friend. Because what happened is because of broken home, there are times when I will be in the streets, and then there are times when I will be out of the streets. I will be uptown then. Because my mother would try to board us out, and we change in communities and so forth. So there are times when I will be out of the streets, and I remember one time I came back, and a friend of mine said, "Yo, I have a gun." I'm like, "Really?" Him say, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, you get it?" And him tell me the guy that gave him. And him say, all I had to do was just buy him a bottle of Pepsi and him give me the gun. I'm like, "Yeah." And then, some start say, "Yo, what we can do for hours of it?" And him say, "Anytime you want some money, just give me." And like, we go to the guy and we talk to him and we say, "Yo," because at that time the guy had it. So we went back to him and I'm like, "Yo, I want the thing that you gave my friend." And him say, "Yo, give me the money." And like probably about a $50 or $100 juice money. And him say, "Yeah, man." And we had that gun. And I remember one time I had the gun on me. It was an empty gun at the time. And I was on the borderline between the rival community. And I was saying, that gun made me feel so powerful. I was like, "Yo, you know that I'm gonna visit these guys." With an empty gun, a youngster. But the gun made me feel like I'm on top of the world. Until it reached a point where I started saying, okay, I'm going to try to make my own gun. Because I started seeing guys around me making guns. And I'm okay, I need my own gun. But then it's like God, I think God would just have it a way that each time I'm supposed to go all out, He would just move me. And I remember coming back to the community when I was much older now. And that was when it got more serious and intense. Because now my friends are much older. You know, now I can party in the streets. Now I can drink and smoke in public and not hiding. And this was a life that I adopt. I remember, even before I got there, I remember at one point, my same little friend, because we started to believe that we are gangsters now. I was standing at the neighbor's gate and I saw a police vehicle coming. Because this is what we learn in the streets. We see guys running from police. So we see a vehicle coming and he said, "Jeff, police." I was like, "Come." And we ran off and I ran through my neighbor's yard, ran through my yard and jumped my fence and end up in a different yard. Because we said we're gangsters. It's what gangsters do. It's either we run from the police or we face the police. So it got that serious. I started telling myself that I'm gangster. Until I found music. I started DJ, and through music I became the head of my crew. Because we were in the streets, but at the same time we needed money. So I felt like if I make it in music as a secular DJ, then my friends can make it. So I took on that burden and said, alright, this is the way out. You know, it's either we're gonna be all out gangster or we going in church. But I couldn't see myself in church. So of course, you know that we're gonna be gangster and find some way to juggle gangster lifestyle with the music. And I remember one time I was in my house with my friends, and that's when I felt like I'm gonna bust now, because I was with dancehall icon Bogle at the time. I used to start to write songs for him. He used to carry me to the club. I remember everybody get excited and say, "Yes, yeah, they make it." And I remember I was saying to my friend, "You know what? When I make it, I want my 2 golden Desert Eagles." And my friend said, "Yo, I want my AK rifle." And for some reason, I'm like, "Yo, is this wrong?" And I said to him, "You know that what you just said, God might just save me. And don't allow us to go down that path." And I think about 2 months after that, I gave my life to God. About 2 months after that, I gave my life to God, because things got so serious. Things got so serious. It's like every day, or every year rather, at least 3 persons from a community would pass away. Whether that be by the gun or some other means. But mostly violently. And there was a time when I felt this dark cloud over me. I felt like, you know what? One of these days it may just be me. There was a time when I was just standing by my gate and I was just looking and see guys passing by and I was like, wow, what if it's gonna be that guy next? Or what if it's gonna be me? Because you're in an environment where I can't just be sitting here talking with a friend. I had that experience sitting here talking with my friend. And as we get up and as I turn my back, somebody coming to me telling that, yo, your friend is dead. I had that experience. I had experience where I'm sleeping in my bed and I got a phone call and my friend calling me and crying on the other line saying, yo, my brother just got shot, he's dead. I've experienced where I'm sleeping and my father waking me up saying, hey, your friend just dead. So that was the life. Like every year at least 3 persons would die. So I started wondering when it's gonna be me. And I felt this real dark cloud. My days were like nights. Like they just felt dark. No care how the sun was bright, my days just really felt dark. I couldn't sleep at nights. Like I really couldn't sleep at nights. And I started to make up in my mind, I'm saying, okay, maybe the way out is to become an artist. I started saying to myself, man, maybe if I bust, this feeling will go away. Maybe it's just because I have this burden of wanting to take care of my friends and my family. Maybe this feeling will go away. But at the same time, it was just there lingering. I felt God calling me. At that point, when I decided in my mind that, yo, I'm going all out gangster. I remember in the yard with a couple of my friends one day, and because things are serious in the community, they really wanted to do some real gangster things. I was always the one to say, yo, no, we can't do this.
Stick and stay with us here on Divine Intervention. We'll be right back.
See, Grandma, here's the laptop I was telling you about. It's portable, it has touch screen, and then online capabilities where you could keep up to date with your church website.
Why would I need all of that when I have my phablet? It's a phone and tablet in one.
Find the tech item for you at Royal Computers and Accessories. We've got the widest variety at the lowest prices. Laptops, tablets, phone, phablets, computer parts, accessories, and more. And all the best brands. If we don't have it, we'll source it. We're your one-stop shop for all things computers.
We are the best in quality cars with the best prices, you know, by far. Just come on down and check us out. You know just who we are. Auto Channel.
14 Hollywood Road, New Kingston.
Auto Channel. I love the way you make me. I love the way you make me. I love the way you make me feel.
Visit our website at AutoChannelJ.com. Call us at 634-9245 or 631-5069. Auto Channel Limited. Nobody sells high quality cars cheaper.
Maypan. Take your prescription to Tate's Pharmacy in Bargain Village Plaza, Maypan. They stock gifts, toys, baby world for everything baby. Visit the food court and the internet cafe all under one roof. Tate's Pharmacy, Maypan, bringing you the best of health.
We've been hearing from Jevani jdat Williams, an upcoming gospel minister. Let's continue with his story.
My turning point was when I was this close to make it in the secular industry. Because I have a friend that he would come to me, come pick me up every day and take me to Black Rose's Corner, where I would hang out with dancehall icon Bogle, and Bogle would just introduce me to like guys like Weepo and other promoters, and he would tell them that, yo, this is a guy that has a song, 2 songs from 2 new dances. And like everywhere Bogle was going, he would call me up and he would say, I have an interview coming, DJ, I have to come. So I think my turning point came there when God said that, listen, I'm going full all the way out, because I strongly believe that God was calling me, but I just couldn't see myself as a Christian. So I used to wrestle with God. I used to say, alright God, give me 2 months in the industry, let's let my boss for 2 months and I will be okay. But God is more wiser than me. God knows that if I got that 2 months, I wouldn't give my life over to him. And then people would just start to, out of nowhere, just start to minister to me. So people would just walk up to me and say, God love you, you need to give your life to God. Every bus I take, someone would be on the bus preaching. You know, I remember one time I was at a pastry shop And this sweet old lady came to me and she like, what a handsome guy. You should be on the choir singing. I was like, why does this keep happening to me? Friends around me start get saved, but my heart was still hardened. And I remember one night I was walking and a guy stopped me. And this was a guy with a good track record. And he said, God is calling you, and if you don't surrender, something bad is coming your way. And it's not that I was scared, but I believe that it was coming for real. So he didn't have to tell me that. I know that it was coming because I feel it. I feel this dark clouds. I couldn't sleep. This dark cloud over me. I couldn't sleep at nights. I felt heavy. There were nights when I would get visions of like demons just coming through my wall trying to hold me down, and when I get up I just sweating. And apart from that, every as I said before, it's like every year at least 3 persons would go. So I started to feel like, you know what, at any given time it can be any one of us. So I couldn't deny that. And I got up one morning and I started thinking on my life. I started thinking on the role of my mother. I mean, my mother as a Christian, and how powerful she was as a Christian, and how I've seen God move through her and the story that she has told me. And I was like, I remember once my mother told me that when she was pregnant with me, she was like, normally a pregnant woman not supposed to jump in a high heel shoe. You can't do it. And she was like, she was at convention with the big belly, jumping, and she was like, that was the Holy Ghost jumping in the Holy Spirit. And I remember she told me that I almost born in church. One night when she went up to testify, she felt me coming and she took it through the side door and I was born. And I started reflecting on those things. I was like, then maybe God really want me. Still not convinced fully, but I was thinking about it. And I woke up and I got out of bed about 12 o'clock that morning. Just thinking, I was saying, you know what? I'm going to surrender to God. I think God really want me. I start reflecting. I know I'm a leader among my friends. I know when I speak, they would listen. And I started saying, maybe God want me to be a role model. Because I'm always giving positive advice. Then this is the biggest, this is the most positive move I can ever make in my life. So I start questioning myself. I was like, why not give your life to God? You're always telling people to do the right thing. This is the right thing. So I got up the morning and I said, you know what, I'm going to surrender. And a friend of mine, he got saved a couple months before me. And he saw me and he said, you're not going to give your life to God. You know, that just talking to your girlfriend. She got saved too. But none of even though she got saved, I still didn't want to give my life to God. So I would tell her, you know what, I'm going to marry you. Because I have to be a secular artist. But I still didn't want to give my life to God. So they were discussing me and not know that I've already made up my mind. So I was just laughing when he was saying that, and I was saying to him, you know what? I surrender, man. I'm like, really? I say, yes. I'm like, you know, I just talking to pastor down the road. The pastor is at church and I'm saying, let's go. I need to talk to pastor. So when I met pastor, I was like, pastor, I gave him a life story. And he looked at me and he said, many are called, but few are chosen. And that meant something to me. And I really believe that, yeah, I'm really chosen. And he told me that the Lord spoke to him and tell him that fill the pool because somebody's going to be baptized. And even when he said that, I believed more. I was like, yeah, this is it. Really need to give my life to God. Knowing that my friends will start to criticize me. You know, the community may criticize me, some other people, because they don't know me to want to get up and serve God. Many persons, when I got baptized, some people say, oh, 1 week him I get. 1 week I'm giving him. Because I know him still, I know how his friends are. He's not going further. I remember one of my friends called me and he said, you're a DJ and you're sober and you're going to give your life to God, you're workless. You know, I'm like, no, yo, and he wouldn't talk to me, malice me. And the other guys felt bad, but they were saying, yo, he's taking it hard. But you know, so they would question me like, why are you doing this? Why you did something wrong, you kill somebody? You know? Why are you going to God? Why are you doing this? Why are you gonna give up on your music career? You know, but I gave my life to God and I have no regret. I gave my life to God on the 2nd of November, 03. I got baptized.
Grab a drink. We have much more after this break.
Dave, it's time to go to work.
Stop dreaming about owning your own car and make it a reality.
Welcome to McCoy's Auto Imports Limited.
Our service is rated among the best. McCoy's Auto Imports, we believe in quality and making your dream reality.
Thank you, McCoy, for making our dream a reality.
Jamaica's only complete music store is now at a new location. 8 South Avenue is the new home of the Music Mart. Shop in ease and comfort for everything music. Pianos, keyboards, wind instruments, violins, CDs of every genre, PA equipment, recording equipment and accessories, DJ equipment, acoustic and electric guitars and drums, amplifiers, effects pedals, tuners, sheet music, instruction texts and reference books. All these and much more at affordable prices. The Music Mart, now at 8 South Avenue, Kingston 10. The Music Mart, Jamaica's only complete music store.
Go to LS Duhaney and Company Limited, the Caribbean's largest supplier of electrical materials, circuit breakers, switches, transformers, lighting, conduits, wiring devices, and more. LS Duhaney and Company Limited, electrical people, a trusted name in Jamaica since 1965. 8.5 Studio One Boulevard, Kingston 5. Telephone 926-7964, 926-8474.
If a man be in Christ, all things have passed away and all things have become new. Amazing testimonies here on Divine Intervention. We are in our final break with Jevani Williams. Let's get back to him.
When God was calling me, I couldn't see myself in church. If you told me that before I got saved that, hey, you're going to be a deacon in church, you're going to be an artist, because I was a secular artist, and there was times when I would try to write a song to glorify God, but I couldn't do it. I could write the slackest song, the most violent song. I wouldn't even have to write. I would just freestyle songs just like that. But when it come to write a song for God, I couldn't do it. So if somebody then would say to me, you're going to become a gospel artist, you're going to be a deacon, you're going to teach Sunday school, you're going to teach Bible study, I would tell you that's a lie. But God has changed my life. I am a pastor's armor bearer. There were times when I used to usher. I used to do so many things in church that a pastor was saying one time, you know what, we need to take it from some of these stuff because we don't want to burn you out. I was a youth fellowship president. I didn't see all these things coming. I'm happily married. You know, I didn't saw those things coming. I've got awards, gospel awards. I've got an award for the songwriter lyricist of the year. You know, medley of the year. All because I surrendered my life to God, and I have no regrets, because when I look back on where I'm coming from, and see that some of my friends are not here today, then I know that if I did not surrender my life to God, I tell people all the time that I will be one of two places. I will either be behind bars or be in the grave. But I don't think I will be here. And God has saved me and transformed my life. And I'm very active in my church. I sing on the men choir. So that sweet old lady that told me that, you know, you should be singing on the men choir, I'm now singing on the men's choir. You know, and still growing. I'm seeing where the Lord is allowing me to write sermons. I start writing sermons naturally. You know, and my pastor would say, allow me to teach Bible study. And I'm enjoying it. I'm learning how to trust God. You know, I have that spirit of expectancy, knowing that God is going to use me mightily. And I've grown to appreciate that and love that. There are people that are struggling, Christians, that are saying they can't bother with this Christian walk. And it's too difficult and they want to give in. But I want to tell you this. And I believe that's one of the reasons why I'm still saved and sanctified. Because I told myself that I will rather to struggle in God and make it in heaven than to have no struggles in the world and make it to hell. And I will also tell people this. Pray for that spirit of expectancy. That spirit where you know that God is coming again. Because when you have that spirit of expectancy, you'll be excited about God. Knowing that God is going to return. When you're going through a struggle, you expect God to deliver you. You expect God to provide for you. So when all hell is breaking loose around you and everybody's panicking because you have that spirit of expectancy, you know that God will come through. And that spirit will comfort you in hard times. That spirit will give you that driving, that extra strength to go another mile. That spirit of expectancy. If the Lord said that you're going to be the head of a company, even when they're cutting staff, because you know that God made you that promise. And everybody is worrying, you don't need to worry. And people that have these spirits, this spirit of expectancy, will find church to be a blessing. When everybody wants to throw in the towel, you're still holding on to something because you know that God is coming again. So even if you can't find the food on your table, you know that God is coming. And there's going to be a time when you will be living in a new Jerusalem, where John said in Revelation 21, the former things shall pass away. I saw a new earth and a new heaven. There shall be no more tears. You know, we're not hungry again. You know, we're not have to worry about the light bill and the school fee and all of that again. So it doesn't matter what you're going through. Just hold on to God. Find a way to hold on to God. That spirit of expectancy will teach you how to live right. Allow you to walk right and talk right because you know the relationship that you have with God. Come see a man, come see a man, come. Come see a man, come. You better run, come. See a man, come, see a man, come. Come see a man, come. Sister, me tell you about a mister. If you give him your heart, him now go this year. Him now go box, him now go fist ya. Now the beat you until you butter blues and blister. Treat you better than the president and prime minister. Him no slack when him promises him and a trickster. Now, twist up your mind cause him and a twister. Beautiful words of life in the ears and whisper. Jesus know how to treat a lady the best. Make a lady smile when a lady depressed. Take a bitterness and give you sweetness. Give you joy and peace and all heap of meekness. Hey, my daddy are the king of all kings. Royal priesthood, jdat the prince. My daddy richer than a zillion brings. Bigger than the man we have a zillion links. Him bless me with the finest things and dress me in designest things. I see my wife in the shinest things. My highness blings in diamond rings. Jesus full my cup to the brims. Provide my meal, lobsters and shrimps. When Mr. Poet, me slicker than pimps. Him got me fly like semi have wings him. Take away poverty and give wealth him. Take away sickness and give health. The only man will conquer death, so the grave of sure respect. Check.
Let not your heart be troubled, but taste and see that the Lord is good. Because who the Son has set free is free indeed. Only on divine interventions do you hear stories like these, transforming, riveting, amazing. So until next time, I'm Juanita Williams. Walk with